Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master, Anthony Reed. This is episode 216, and it is a part of the Summit for New Meritta. That's what it is. The Summit for New Meritta. As always, we want to take a moment to thank our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc who support this show. They are incredible. They are amazing. They do things for us that really open doors for us and allow us to do all kinds of cool stuff. And just a couple of them that I could name off the top of my head here are Kyle, like Phil, like Vespa, like Zach, Sarah. Thank you so much to you and all of our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc. And if you're not a patron, you can be one now. It's easy. You just go there, you put in your information, and then you get an RSS feed that has all the new episodes, all the new bonus content for whatever level you backed at. It cannot be... I guess it could be easier. There are ways that it could be easier, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. And you support us, help build the show, help do cool things in the years to come. All right, let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and wenches, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Keth, the fighter monk.
On a lighter subject, how's the whole corruption of the Iora Church going?
On a lighter subject?
Yeah.
Gebeddo, the rogue.
We're basically family. So do you want to admit to your family that all you want to do is learn how to read so that you can read pornos?
Jennuvera, the sorcerer.
Oh my god, guys, it worked! The plan worked!
High fives!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god! We should have a plan more often!
Gillik, the warlock paladin.
Also, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic to see if any of them are magic.
None of the gowns are magic.
What the fuck?
Asher, the druid barbarian.
With my nipples? Why are my nipples not convincing?
Prepare yourselves, for this is the tale of Adventure Incorporated. The meeting from this point on continues on with logistics. In terms of how these kingdoms are going to work together, how the High King's rule is going to take place over these kingdoms. They negotiate amongst themselves. For the most part, this is stuff that no longer... You are facilitators of, in that you are there and you've brought this group together, but they are negotiating as kings amongst themselves. Really, Evian turns over a lot of this to Clyde, who'd been preparing for this eventuality of a High King.
Of course he has. What a fucker.
Jennuvera's impressed.
At one point, Callus does bring up the arrangement that you struck with her, that Greywood is not happy about, but he agrees. But he's definitely displeased by it. And the meeting goes on relatively successfully, and people go... as the meeting ends and adjourns, everyone is still around for the evening, but a great feast is planned. But for the most part, everything seems to be put together.
Keth wanted to run something real quick by balance if there's free time.
Sure.
Cocktail hour.
Balance, you never let loose. Come on, man.
The after party.
I bet he can drink Keth under the table. Just like...
He's a very high-level monk, yes. He cannot be poisoned.
Hey, what's up, Balance Bomb?
Keth. I believe some form of congratulations are in order.
I think we did. Thank you. I think we did a great job here. These this was going to be tough. We knew it coming in, but I think everyone came together. I'm just so impressed with how things are going, and yeah, kind of feeling on top of the world here. What do you think of everything?
I think that it went probably as well as you could have hoped. There were certainly some dramatic surprises that the Notatia Collective will be thrilled to have recorded for the future, no doubt. Yeah,
I feel like they might break their wrist writing all this down, like so fervently. I was thinking about stuff. Here's a beer. And he hands them beers.
I'm all set, thank you.
Bomb, you want?
Bomb,
you want one?
Bomb takes one.
Nice. Cheers. I was thinking, I feel like I've gone through so much change in the last several years, but I feel like I really want to dive into my training as a monk and ideally forget everything else. I know it's probably easier for me than most people, as you can imagine. But I was just. Have you ever heard of something like that where somebody just devotes themselves so hard to the monk life and this just forgets everything else? Fuck you guys.
If only there was a fucking item we had
like
in our
a seed
inventories
of change
that
perhaps.
could do exactly fucking this. Go on, Anthony. Roleplay.
There have been many who have approached the monkhood late in life. They have learned our ways, and they have tried to adhere to our strictures. It is impossible to let go of your past. They will always be a part of you. And those who have sat to try and learn our ways can get quite far, but you will never truly understand the wholeness of our path if you do not devote yourself to it wholly.
For sure. And we all...
For sure. yeah. Tight. Yeah. Sweet.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Even as you learn and understand the skills and things that the philosophy of being part of our brotherhood, there are things that I have seen you do that are muscle memory to you, that you do because of your old life. The way you swing the Redeemers, the celerity with which you attack. Sometimes I see our forms, and sometimes I see a brute strength that rises in you, something that you carry with you from your training. That is the kind of thing that you will never be able to move past.
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't seem so bad. So, okay. I just wanted to run that by you. I was just thinking of that stuff like that. All right. Well, it was good to see you, and I'll talk to you soon. And then he taps his head, and walks away.
He shrugs.
Yeah, but Keth doesn't see it, so he assumed.
That was a good conversation.
Yeah, exactly. He assumed he nailed it.
I mean, sounds like you did.
When you put it when you put it that way, it doesn't seem so bad. He was like, okay. I don't feel all right. No, you know what? That's fine. Does anyone else want to talk to anyone before, or what are you doing now, I guess?
Can we talk to Klug? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can talk to Klug. Just you?
I mean, I want to talk to Klug. I don't know if anyone else does.
And he doesn't care.
So, Klug, have you ever heard about a way of, like, re-devoting yourself to, like, monkhood? Like, I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way.
Is this maybe for me or not? It was just...
You see Clug hovering in the banquet hall, like waiting for the banquet to come out. He can't eat, but he just loves being around food.
Keth sneaks up on him, or tries to.
Give me a stealth check.
It's a 6.
You're
Nailed
sneaking you're creeping up behind him. You're like 15 feet away. His back is to you, and he's like, "Hi, Keth."
Keth was about, like, he has his arms up to, like, he wanted to wrap his arms around him and, like pin him down, but...
He's a ghost. How are you going to do that?
He has a form. I've punched him before.
At night.
At night.
He still would have done it then. I mean...
Yeah, okay. It's fine. Smash onto the floor.
Into the food. Destroys the banquet.
What
That would have been great. Great moment for everybody. Hey, Clug.
Hey.
I think that we've been doing a pretty good job as executors to Adventure Incorporated. What do you think of this whole thing?
I mean, you guys. I'm gonna need a little bit of a structure on your question of this whole thing.
I mean, we have a High King. We have just about everybody, all the other kings united behind this High King. Where we got a plan going forward, taking next steps. You know, this is unprecedented in Adventure Incorporated history.
Whoa, hold the fuck on. He's like, here, just because you guys have been running around here for the last 4 years with no plan doesn't mean Adventure Incorporated history had no plan. You know, we've had plenty of plans, and plenty of plans have worked out. You guys have been very lucky, and now I'm really glad you're not just, like, relying on that. But, I mean, it was entertaining for me, and you guys all managed to work it out. It was great. But, you know, you can't run around here saying we never had a plan. We've had plans.
I mean, I don't know. When we first met, it was just like, hey, go get some rakes and shovels. And then, you know, we ended up stumbling upon this whole huge planar conspiracy that you guys had no idea about. So we had to deal with that.
I'm sorry, does having a plan mean you have to know about literally everything going on in the world at the same time?
I mean, it would be helpful, and that's what we're doing. So I feel like
I'm
I
not
think we're
sure
doing a
you
great
do.
job.
Hey guys, what's going on? Gebeddo walks into the banquet hall.
I don't know. Keth's being a real dick.
Keth, what's going on, man?
I'm just busting balls, and he punches Clug.
But you can't.
What's on the other side of him?
He's hovering above the banquet table, so you like punch up through him.
Oh, I forgot about the whole nighttime thing.
He's like, oh, ha ha, great jokes, Keth. I guess it was jokes. I guess, Gebeddo.
So wait, were you guys talking about me? Like, I come over here, like, y'all are involved in a serious conversation, and then I come over here, and all of a sudden it's over? Did I do something wrong in the room? I didn't, like, switch to the wrong slide or anything, did I?
Clug looks at Keth, like burning a hole in him, and he's like, we weren't going to say anything. You know,
like, I feel like we killed it in there. I feel like we had a really good plan for the first time in the history of the company. You know what I mean? I think I just feel like we set a good foot forward here. And I was coming into the banquet hall tonight expecting to have a good time. And if I fuck things up, I need to know now.
Asher walks in. Hey guys, what are you talking about in here?
Clug leaves.
Did I do something wrong?
I thought the same thing.
Oh, jeez. You thought that I did something wrong?
Keth, you would tell us, right?
Yeah, Clug's just a little sensitive right now because he's just like, oh, I should have thought to do all these things when I was in
What
charge.
is he being sensitive about? This is the first time Adventure Inc. has had a plan, and we are, like, just riding this boat forward.
Yeah, but it does make sense that, like, he would feel embarrassed that the students have become the masters.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all we were talking about. It wasn't anything in particular anyone done. So I think you just need some time to adjust.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, It's got to be tough watching the people that you like. I mean, when we first met, remember he sent us out to get a bunch of rape.
Oh yeah.
Just like
Wait, no, I
shovels
wasn't
and, like,
there.
Redbridge comes into the
gloves.
banquet hall, and she's like, "Oh, there you guys are. I just wanted to tell you how proud I am that finally, for the first time in the history of this company, someone's had a damn plan around here, and it's really been a big. I'm just so proud of what's going on here.
I have a
Don't
question.
tell Jennuvera I said that.
I have a
Oh, I would
Jennuvera
never.
walks up and she just says, did you just proud?
Oh,
Not a-
it was a different thing.
Yeah,
It was
we're
a
talking
different
about
thing. Don't worry
this
about it.
banquet hall. We have such a good plan for it, right?
Yeah, look at the layout.
Yeah,
It's
look at-
perfect.
There's food there. I don't think anyone
the
else.
serving sections are going to be like, it's gonna flow so smooth.
I'm really proud of it.
It looks
you
like
could
you
pass
guys have
along-
this, so I'm gonna go. Redbridge leaves.
Jennuvera's gonna go find Clyde.
All right.
So, Jennuvera, you find Clyde has set up his own little pavilion out in the on the grounds. He's got some of his court there, and when you approach, he's speaking with Heinrich. They seem to be going over some logistics for some of the trade agreements that were made. And you overhear Heinrich say, like, this is going to be very bad for us. We've agreed to something because we didn't really have much of a choice, but this is going to hurt Bradmont a lot if we don't get some sort of mitigation from this. Clyde says, no, I know where you're coming from on that. I understand, but, we will help however we can because Callus, we need to have Callus on board with this. I think that's pretty clear. So we'll do, something or whatever, to help mitigate that. And then you are, in the area if you want to move in on this, I guess you can.
Oh, I was just gonna wait till they noticed me.
Okay. So they continue to talk for a few minutes about this. And then Heinrich notices. He says, oh, you're mad. I guess
Nah.
just
Yeah. No, just
Jennuvera.
that's me.
I think it is important that I let you know that I am very proud of the work that went on here today. I think this is the best step forward for New Meritta, and I guess my apologies for what you seem to have lost.
No, it's honestly, it's good. I am not kind of I just, some people have, the personality to be a king. I don't. Well, I just thank you, I guess.
I think it's I think the stuff that you are doing is way more important than being a king, right? If you guys aren't successful, then there's nothing left to be king of or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm just glad. I'm glad that we could, settle it, and when this is all over, who knows what'll happen.
Yeah. Who knows? Heinrich's like, cool, I'm going to go. I will talk to you about this later, Clyde. I think we're going to be all set if, you work. I'm out. I'm leaving. And he you did really well in there today, Jennuvera.
Hey, thank you. That was pretty cool too. Everyone was looking at you and listening to you, and all the stuff you said was really smart.
He blushes. This is. I feel like everything's going to be really different now.
Because we're probably gonna die.
Yeah. I feel like we've turned a corner or whatever. Like before, we've always been trying to race against Gorm. But now it's like inevitable or whatever. It always kind of felt like maybe at some point someone like would whisk in here with an answer.
We learned a while ago to not expect anyone to answer our, solve our problems, that we're just going to have to figure it out ourselves because nobody else knows what's going on.
But, I can't do that. I can't solve this on my own. I have to wait for someone to fix this for me, for my people, for the kingdom. I'm relying on you guys to be the ones who come in with a solution or whatever. And now it feels like the answer is not going to be easy, and that sucks.
But at least we have we're on a track, and that's better than yesterday. It's better than this morning. I feel like having all of these voices in the same room, like yours included, has been a really nice, it's been really good to get everyone on the same page.
I thought that I was aware of all of this and what was happening, but the fact that you see what happened today as a step forward or whatever makes me realize just how much of this burden the five of you have been carrying. And
it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
I guess I'm just sorry or whatever that this whole world has put this on you. But I guess I'm also grateful.
So here's the cool thing, right? It's been real shitty for a real long time, but on one hand, if we win, everyone's gonna love us. We're gonna be so famous. And if we die, either nobody exists anyway and everything's gone, so nobody's it doesn't matter anyway, or we die saving the world and then we're still famous. So basically it's scary, and I'm trying to not be so afraid, but we're going to get some fame out of it.
Well, no matter what happens from this, Jennuvera, I want you to know that I'm with you or whatever.
She
Please describe that.
I don't know how to describe it. It's when you cock your head to one side and then kind of turn it
like a puppy, like an excited puppy.
Like
But it's
a bird trying to figure out what it's
how to orient
at.
its head, looking at two things.
When you say with me, can you clarify the connotation you're intending with that word?
I mean that anything that I can do for you.
Plural you? You mean plural you, all of us, right? Or you mean, you mean all of us. It's fine.
Yes and no. I obviously mean all of you. But I also mean you. You are important to me. And whatever I can do to help you bear this burden or whatever, I want to do that. Or whatever.
I really appreciate that.
I'm not very good at this, Jennuvera.
Oh, that's good. That's okay, because I'm great at whatever we're doing right now. I'm great at it.
I wish things were different than they are.
Yeah. But they're not. But it is really special that you're here and that you're helping and that I will call you up if I need anything.
I think that the most important thing that we can hold on to is hope. And I have a lot of hope that maybe on the other side of this, like when the world's okay, maybe we can try again.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I would also like that. She's like trying to keep her shit together.
Why?
That'd be cool, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what you are going to be stepping into, but good luck, and I'll always be here for you.
Thanks. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna... And she's like gonna sit like 2 seats away at the dinner table. Like it's like when you're leaving a store and like you're walking to your car the same way. She's like, okay, bye.
Anthony, if you want more of that to happen, you're gonna have to make the first move.
I don't know what I think that was perfect.
Just from experience.
Okay.
Woo! Jeez.
Listen.
What type of spread is at this feast that we're at?
Yeah, I mean this is a feast fit for many kings. So
Is Harold in his element?
Harold, like the craziest thing is that you just hear a string of expletives coming from the kitchen. Harold is stressed past his breaking point. You just hear like, "You fucking donkey!" Like it's brutal.
Where's the lamb sauce? What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Harold is in rough shape, but the kitchen is turning out gorgeous food, fit for several kings, including a high king who has taken the prominent table, the most prominent seat at the prominent table at the head of the room. All of the other kings are up there with her.
It's not assigned seating. Oh no. Oh God, no.
There is a table near the head table for you guys.
Oh, thank God.
But there is, but all of the kings are seated together.
Cool.
Gebeddo confidently sits in a seat where his back is toward the exit of the room.
Whoa.
Very confidently. And is super chill about it and doesn't have any problem with it at all.
Does anyone want to have any other conversations at this dinner? Because this is not a setup.
No, but
we're all confidently sitting away from the door.
You do a good job.
Just gonna keep looking at Clyde though.
Oh yeah, he definitely looks at you a bunch of times too. He
That's nice.
smiles
That's
a little.
Jen,
waves.
Jen,
Yeah.
did you guys did you say I love you? Like, what happened? You guys are like shooting each other like 1,000-mile stares.
Yeah, no.
No, thousand mile stares is a different thing, Asher.
Is it?
That's when you're like, that's when you're like mortified. It's like this. And Gebeddo does like 1,000-mile stare.
And he like kind of looks between Jennuvera and Gebeddo and isn't sure if there's a difference.
That's the same.
I think I meant what I said.
It's obviously it's complicated, but he like when after all of this is over, he said maybe we can try again. I'm not 100% sure when we tried the first time, but I'm just gonna take him.
I think honestly, I think you need to make the first move.
I'm not gonna do that.
Jennuvera,
I am confident.
Come on,
you've given
Steph,
him 10 moves. You've given him 10
I
options.
did a thing that I'm not comfortable with. Mike, the player, could never sit back to the door like Gebeddo just did so confidently and easily. This is your chance.
This is not real life, okay?
Oh, Many Pennies, here you are.
Oh, Harold, thank
Duncan
goodness
is
you're
here.
here.
How you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
I went out and found these ants for you and put them on logs and just for you. I know that's your favorite snack.
Yeah,
Keth,
thank you.
don't be rude. Say hi to Harold.
Say hi to Harold.
Hey, Harold. Thank you so much. I've been away for so long. We've missed these, and it just feels like home every time you come out and serve.
Oh my gosh, Keth, let Harold speak. Jeez.
Oh, that means the world to me. It hits me right here in the heart. I feel like it's going well tonight. Everyone seems to be eating, and
What do you think, Keth?
Yeah, Keth, it seems like he's responding. He's talking directly
to you.
No, I
Anthony has
absolutely
left
agree.
his chair.
I don't need to be here.
Neither do the rest of us.
Harold, I have to use the restroom though, so I'm gonna leave you here with the rest of the Many Pennies. Oh, okay. Well, yes. We did have some spoiled squirrel earlier. Maybe that got into the stew. Oh no, I have to go check on that.
So now both of your characters have left?
Yup, fuck all ya.
So you want to start with Bellatrix? Gebeddo?
My mouth is full.
Great.
We
Perfect.
can start with
Yeah,
Clyde.
Let's start with Lanier. Oh.
Why not all three? all of us and all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Keth and Asher are going to go talk to Lanier. Are going to go talk to Clyde. Jennuvera is going to
I
find...
want to be there for that one too.
Okay.
Let's just travel as a group.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Okay. So the four of you approach the High King's table.
And it just so happens that Bellatrix, Lanier, and Clyde are all sitting next to each other.
No, Clyde is there. We're just starting at Clyde.
Asher tips his hat. He's not used to hats, but he is wearing one. It does not look like he's...
Inside?
At dinner?
You're bringing this up now? I've been wearing this for a bit. I put it on for dinner.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit.
No, isn't this how you guys dress?
When you just tipped it, that's when I knew that wasn't like a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to wear a hat at dinner.
Yeah, bro. Hats are outdoor
Throws
things.
it on the ground.
And
You guys make no sense.
Oh, you're not. Don't throw it on. Okay.
He steps on it. Crushes it.
Oh.
Was it a nice hat? I assumed...
I mean, the haberdasher's sitting right over there.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, Mr. Michelson. Wait, why is he here?
Like a whole bunch of the honored guests from Mughamara are here, and he's on the council, so it makes sense that he would be.
I just see
invited
him
up.
over there with doing the knife finger to the neck.
His hat is hung on the back of his chair.
Yeah. I pick up the hat and I just hold it.
Yeah, it's pretty smushed, but that's fine. Many Pennies? Jennuvera?
Oh, hey.
Well, what's up, guys?
what's up, Clyde? Good to see you.
Yeah, listen, I would love to like exchange pleasantries and stuff, but I think we just need to cut to the chase on this one. Did you get our message about the people in the Deadlands?
Oh boy, yeah, I did. This is an interesting position to be put in.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
They're like really nice. Like super polite and crazy formal and like really respectful.
I mean, they seem real scared to me.
I mean, for sure. Also, they're undead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, I knew that.
So I mean, what do you think your plan is?
Right now, I have a few guards that I've stationed there who I thought might be the most discreet. We haven't made it like public knowledge or anything.
That's probably a good idea.
We're saying this
just
sort of like discreetly away from the rest of the king of the table.
No.
Okay.
No.
Got you.
Don't worry, the undead sitting next to him that is now the High King of New Meritta has got her ears wide open.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about her. I was worried about basically the rest of them.
I mean, they did agree to like nominate a High King who is undead. So
There's a fair amount of space between everybody on the high table too. You know, you got to make sure the kings feel like they have
King.
some autonomy at this table.
Yeah.
Even though their
like
their
the
chairs
biggest
are
fucking
shorter.
table.
Yes.
This is my land.
Clyde says, I worry about what the reaction will be or whatever, but as of right now, we're just trying to keep them safe.
Cool. Well, we were going to go talk to Elatrix about it in a little bit to try and understand, like, how the hell this is even possible. Because, like, we've never met a zombie or, like, skeletons that, like, communicate. And so, like, should we send him your way to talk more?
I mean, you certainly can. Yeah, he can come talk to me about it. If you guys come up with a plan or something, he can let me know. Right now, I'm just sort of hoping that it doesn't become worse than it is.
What do y'all got?
Clyde, have you heard any reports of, because the undead were overrunning Carapath, there's probably more sentient, good undead folk elsewhere. Have you heard any more fighting occurring?
From what I understand, any undead that were under the sway of the Lich and now aren't, that survived, made their way back to the Deadlands.
Okay, so it's pretty contained, it sounds like.
The hardest part about all of this is that they did a lot of damage to Carapath.
Yeah.
For sure, but
they wiped a whole village, like, completely out. And then some beyond, like, damage-wise.
totally. We do that too, but, you know, different reasons.
I mean, I've had a fair amount of, like, political struggle protecting you guys as well. So, I mean, it goes a lot of directions. Or whatever.
Cool. Our the messenger that we sent you, Rikus, he's a good contact person, and he looks less undeady than most, so maybe he can...
I know Rikus.
Don't say his name wrong, he'll appear.
Just huffing and puffing. I came as quick as I could.
Yeah, that'd probably be a bad place for him to just show up. So let's hope that doesn't happen,
Sure.
or whatever.
Okay. Great. I think that they can be useful members of society if we figure out kind of how to satiate because they still want flesh, but they don't want people flesh because they don't want to deny people the right to live because that's what they want.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember how clear that was either. If it was sort of like they wanted to eat flesh, but like
that's the impression I got.
I don't remember truly if they were like we need human flesh or if we can just be cool with eating cows or whatever.
Nice. Thanks for being cool about this, Clyde. I think you're doing a great job as king.
Yeah, I know it doesn't put you in a super easy position, so thanks.
Yeah. He nods.
Jennuvera gives a thumbs up.
Asher shrugs at
Thumbs up's
Jennuvera,
back.
kind of like, come on. Like, just...
You guys want to head on out?
Elatrix okay?
Yeah. Keth takes Asher's hat and tries to fix it.
So Elatrix and Lanier are together. They are sitting at a table alongside. Really, they had their own separate Fey table.
Good.
With some of the hosts that they brought with them. But
Hey, so I want to talk to you, Elatrix, about a magic ritual that we did kind of a long time ago now, and like about kind of how that might affect the world, if maybe it might, and I just didn't know like if you wanted to schedule some time to discuss that or if like you wanted to talk about it here or
it's a party, Gebeddo, and it sure feels like a great party subject, so why don't you have a seat and we can discuss it?
You know what, Anthony? That is a 26 insight check.
Ooh.
Yeah, he seems a bit playful with that. Like, obviously, this is a weighty topic, but truly, I think he's comfortable discussing it here if you want to.
Okay, great. Okay, good. And Gebeddo, like, slides up a chair. And he grabs, like, he flags down somebody to, like, grab him a cup of ale. And he's like, all right, so you may or may not remember this ritual that we did up in the tower here at the compound where you used me as a conduit for replaying some memories of the Lich back, God, forever ago now at this point. There was some stuff in that memory sequence that felt a little hazy to me. And so, like, I did the best that I could to figure out kind of where it, like, sits in reality. Like, I don't know. There was a guy, like, I named him Steve Everyman, and then another dude that I named Tom All of Us, like, just to have a name for these people that, like, stuck out in the vision, right? But, like,
wait,
that doesn't sound like real names.
Gebeddo, sorry, I'm here. I know you're sitting down and I'm standing up. But you just pulled a name out of nothing? You didn't just, like, know the name?
Like, I was like, well, it needs to be close enough, right? Like, this guy obviously has a name, and so, like, it was a black box inside my head at the time, and so then it just, like, I just put a name in there. I knew there had to be a name.
Was that why there was that tiny hallway thing? Remember how we all couldn't fit in at the same time? And it didn't seem logistically practical when we were all trying to get into the Lich's lair?
Oh, no, I mean, that was clear as day to me. And then, like, so it wasn't a surprise at all when I saw it in real life, but, like, this one was, like, a real, like, names and specifics and, like, certain things just didn't quite fully flesh themselves out in the memory that I was like broadcasting to y'all, and so like I had to fill in some gaps. Is that
the
like,
ritual that we performed was untested, to say the least? But yes, you were drawing off elements of my memory, and my memory is not perfect. There were certainly places where it would have been possible for you to build upon or embellish those things that were my memory.
And then, okay, cool. Would it be possible that reality could have been shaped differently because of that? Knowing, like, deep Fey magic, how y'all work, right, is by change. I'm asking because I met an undead man named Tom Allofus outside of the Downs. And there's no way that guy's name was Tom Allofus.
Well, given the nature of Fey magic, and given that we were using divination, it, I suppose, would be possible that you were able to alter elements that had occurred, to which I did not have full knowledge of. I suppose that is a possibility, yes?
Okay. And so if that is true, what else could I have unknowingly changed in this? Like, the undead in that town are regular people. Like, they're zombies and they're skeletons and they're things, but they talked to us and they just want the same stuff every other person or every other member of the greater races would want. Like, I've never experienced something like that before.
Interesting. It is possible that when we did this ritual and your imagination was overlaid with these memories, that it gave these people life they didn't otherwise have anymore. That we fundamentally changed what these creatures were, and the connection that they had with the Lich.
So I have a weird thought now. If we have potentially touched and altered them with Fey magic, we know the lair of the Lich was fairly strong with shadow magic. Did those magics blend to create this kind of effect? Like, we've been talking about mixing deep magics. Is this sort of, the Lich created the undead and the Fey changed the nature of undead?
It is certainly possible. Whatever shadow magics that the Lich was connected to, and it's clear that he was connected to some kind of shadow, it would have done what shadow does. It would have overwritten. It would have replicated. It would have infected. But for Fey to have altered that, perhaps. But I find it more likely that it alters that which was not touched by the shadow.
Okay.
But it could have been... There could have been a mixing of this. What we did was beyond... It was not a simple ritual that we performed. It was not a simple spell. It was heavy with deep magic. And that is not a thing that I have had a lot of experience using outside of what we did. If my father had been here, if the others of the Fae had been here, perhaps we would have had a different handle on that particular type of magic, but we did what we had to do.
Another thing that happened in the ley line, when we were fighting the Lich, his phylactery was taken through a portal by what we imagine is the Shadow Lord. A tentacle came in and grabbed it. Is that... Can the Shadow Lord use the phylactery for some terrible, awful purpose that we're going to regret?
Undoubtedly.
He looks at Asher.
Hey, man. This is Verilion's fault. You remember those cards we were talking about? That's kind of why that happened. That's why I sort of... The chaos was not really the great answer I wanted for...
I mean, it got us through in the moment, and
I know.
that feels nice right now.
That's true.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome, wasn't it?
If the phylactery was somehow tied to Shadow, then I don't think you've made things substantially worse by allowing the Shadow Lord access to it.
Oh, that's something. He looks at everybody.
I don't know that you made it better.
We didn't think we did. Well,
most of the time we don't. Yeah. Okay. Great. So it's a win. Like, we can still keep it in the win column, y'all. Yeah.
Hey everyone, just a couple quick reminders. If you like the show, don't forget to tell your friends. And you can head over to patreon.com/adventureinc and become a patron as well. You can also head to our website, adventureincpod.com, for links to our social media and the store where you can find t-shirts, stickers, and more. That's all. We'll see you next week.